Hi everyone, it's Bev DeBono, and we are going to be creating Simple Page Kit number 8. Now you don't need the kit. If you don't have it, you don't need it to recreate it because we will be doing variations with the kit. These Simple Page Kits were something that Creative Memories started at the beginning of 2024, and they are small kits of 3 papers and a sheet of stickers, and with directions, and all you need is your straight trimmer, your 12-inch trimmer, and you can make a 2-page spread in a very short amount of time. And these have been so popular, and really that if you have a beginner person or someone who's interested in maybe making an album, if they just do these 2 pages every single month, there's a new page kit that comes out. They will have created 24 pages in an album by the end of the year. So they are seasonal. Kit number 8 was the August kit, and it is, as you can see, summer, and it's really kind of fun. But you don't need the kit number 8. I'm going to be giving you all the measurements so that you can recreate this on your own. So this is the summer is the actual kit number 8. I recreated it using the Creative Memories Perfect Kitty Cat collection. And as you can see, it's the exact same layout. And then I recreated it again because I just was having so much fun with it, using some of the papers from Autumn Cottage as well as Life on the Lake. And this is an outdoors woodsy camping kind of a layout. So anyway, so let's get started. But you can see you can use the same variations. I'm going to give you all the measurements for these variations, but you can use them over and over again, and the pages look really different depending on the papers that you select. Okay, so we're going to select a bottom paper, and then you're going to need a top paper, and then you need a little strip. So while I'm creating the actual kit number 8, if for those of you who don't have the kit, go ahead and start selecting your papers that are going to coordinate, as well as your mats and your embellishments. Okay, so if you have kit number 8, this is what it looks like. You have 2 base pages, and you have the base pages they're already assembled for you. It's just right in the paper itself. If you don't want to use that side, you can always flip it over and use the other side, which is a very tonal side. This one is just sunshines. And then the third page that comes in the kit is the page that has like multicolors all in one sheet. But what is genius about this is that Creative Memories has given us a cutting guide in the back, and this is really just all for your mats. So just looking at the cutting guide, there are 4 4x6 mats and 4 3x4 mats. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these and I'm going to assemble, and you'll see how fast that comes together. All right, so flip it over, and we're going to cut right on the cut line. So this is line 1. I'm going to cut right on that cut line. So I'm going to insert my paper into my trimmer. Now, the number that's at the top of your trimmer, so the mat strip, we have a gray mat strip here. That's the strip that we're using to cut on the cut line, has a dotted cut line. And the number that's closest to the words Creative Memories at the top of our trimmer is the cut line that you're matching this up on. Okay, so let us line our line 1 on that cut line. And if you're not sure that you've got it lined up exactly, there is this cool, let me get my multi-purpose tool. There is a cool plastic guide, and it's tucked away underneath the blue a bump here. I don't know what else to call it. And so I use my multi-purpose tool, the point of my multi-purpose tool. And what I do is I just find it, and it's nestled under there, and I pull it out. And it's a little plastic guide that has a thin black line on it. And the black line tells me exactly where my blade is going to cut. So I can take this and go up and down to really make sure that I'm cutting on the cut line. And there's also another one way down on the bottom under the other blue bump. There is another plastic guide with the little black line. Okay, so before you cut, always just make sure that you've got your cut line, that it's lined up. Check it with your plastic guides, and then go ahead and cut. And you see it's right precisely on that cut line. Okay, we're going to move it down, and we're going to cut by line 3, right on the cut line again. I'm going to take my multi-purpose tool, and I'm going to double check my little plastic guide here to make sure that I'm on that cut line. And I am, and so I'm cutting it right like that. So you see there's no overlap of color on these when you cut right on that cut line, just like that. It's pretty cool, right? And now I'm going to just stack those one on top of the other. And I'm going to put them on sideways, and I'm going to cut it on the cut line again. And this is going to create my mats. I'm going to double check it. And sometimes I can see I just have to shimmy it over just a little bit, and I'm fine. Okay, so these are the mats. These are 4x6 mats. And then we have these smaller ones. And these are all 3x4s. They're 4 3x4s. And I'm going to cut now. I'm going to cut them apart 5, 6, 7, and 8. And these are all measure 3x4. Again, double check that you're on your cut line. It's so easy with that little plastic guide that you can make exactly sure where you're cutting. And I love this because I don't have to then spend time trying to correct it if it's not exactly on that line. And then another one. And double check. So you can get a really precise cut with this trimmer. Okay, we're ready to assemble this kit 8. And then we shall create our variation. Okay, so kit 8 already has the base page down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lay out, I'm going to put my 2 apricots on the bottom, my 2 yellows kind of above, and then on the upper section here, I'm going to put one of the mats, and you can put another big mat here if you like. And these mats are just suggestions. And you can put your 3 mats, if you like them nice and straight, then you can have them straight up. I kind of like to tilt them around just to have them be a little playful. And then ready to tape them down. Okay, so the other thing we're going to need is a strip of stickers that goes across the middle. And I'm going to put those little sunshines that came with the stickers. And if you don't have a sticker strip, you can always punch out a border. And that's what I'm going to do with the variation that I'm going to show you is I'm punched out a border. Okay, and now this is ready. This is ready to just get taped down. Flip these all over so that I can tape these all at one time. And when you're using our Creative Memories tape, you want to get close to the edges. So I'm using the regular tape runner. You only need a 1/2 inch at your 4 corners and 1 right in the middle. You don't need to put it all the way up and down the side. And certainly you don't want one just in the middle because then your pages, your mats are going to flop up. So 1/2 inch in your 4 corners and a 1/2 inch right in the middle. Okay, so once I get, I'm out of tape, but I have another one ready to go. Okay, and then once you're got your tape, then just assemble your mats. And you don't have to be so specific about putting your pictures on exactly these mats. I sometimes overlap my photos going from one mat to another. So you don't have to worry that if my picture's not in that orientation, I can't use it. It's fine. These just become kind of background pieces and you can play around with it from there. Okay, so this one is just going to just playing with these, where they're going to go. And then I'm going to dance the other one. I'm going to dance these 3 across the top. Now, of course, if you don't want to dance them, you don't have to. You can have them going straight up and down. There's no right or wrong way in scrapbooking, no mistakes. It's your album. So you decide how you want to do it. So you see how fast that comes together. And now you're just are going to decorate and you've got all the stickers already here. I'm going to put a sunglasses above there. I'm going to put Hello Summer with the beach chair there. And I want to show you this foam tape. When you have a big title such as this one, Hello Summer, it's so fast to use this foam tape as opposed to foam squares. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it from one end to the other and then clip it with my scissor. See, so it's going from one side to the other. And then I'm going to put another row. And then I usually just put another row. I don't like my titles to belly up and down. And then of course I always have to add maybe 1 or 2 little extras for these pieces that pop out. Now the foam tape is the same height as the foam squares. So you can mix and match them like I'm doing now, and you don't have to worry that you're going to get some high and low points. They're exactly the same height. Okay, so it's a much faster way when you use the foam tape because now all I do is just pull off the 3 backing pieces and I have all of that foam on my sticker. Okay, and I'm going to add my beach chair here, right next to Hello Summer. And then I'm going to be adding one of my special, these are advisor exclusives that I know advisors that were doing subscription series such as I was, that those were included in your packs. Okay, so I'm just adding and placing my lemons, my lemonade, and you can decorate this any way that you want. And I think I want time to relax up here. These little words are actually kind of cute. Summertime, and I'm going to put a little sunshine up here. Might pop that on a foam square. Real quick. Just have that sunshine up there. Okay, and then I've got another sipping on sunshine. So it's a cute page. It's got a lot of lemons, lemonade, and things like that. So, okay, and then of course, what you want to do is add some dots when you're done. I am just adding some more of the stickers to make little clusters, little lemonade clusters, and then little lemonade. I'm just doing a little lemonade cluster here with the loose lemons. There you go. And how fast is that? This page is done. And these, like I said, are the simple page kits. They will be continuing these into the next year. I'm going to be adding a couple of my little dots around my titles, 2 dots here and there. It just gives it a little bit of movement and finishes up the page. Just a couple of dots here and there. Okay, and that is kit number 8. So now let's do the variation. Select your papers that you're going to use that are going to coordinate. And you also want to get either a border sticker, or if you don't have a sticker that you think could work, you can always punch out a thin border. So I'm going to do my variation using Christmas charm. And we are going to build this page and we're going to paper weld it. Okay, and I selected the little ribbons and bows punch because I didn't have a sticker that I thought would go with it. So anyway, I'm going to use that as my middle to replace the sticker. Okay, so you need 2 pieces for your base. And then you need a piece that goes above it. So try to select your papers based on what you think it's going to look like. And then you need a small strip, like a 3-inch strip. So I'm trying to build what we had here. So you see we have the base on the top, the smaller strip, and then a bigger piece on the bottom. Okay, so when I select my papers, I always try to put them together first like this to really see what they're going to look like. And that way you can, play around with them a little bit more. Okay, so my top piece here, that needs to measure 6 by 12. 6 by 12. So let's go ahead and cut whatever piece you're using. We're going to cut that into 6 by 12. And that's going to become our top piece. Okay, the bottom pieces, and we need 2 sheets for that. The bottom pieces are going to measure 7 by 12. 7 by 12. And we're going to need 2 of these. Now, you really could have used a full sheet of paper behind it, but I don't want to waste my paper, so I'm going to paper weld this together. So this is a technique we call paper welding. Okay, so I'm going to use the portions that is 7 by 12, and these other pieces are for another project down the road. Okay, so let's paper weld this together first. So I have a 6 by 12 and a 7 by 12, and that measures 13 inches when you put them together. And the reason that does is because I'm going to overlap the bottom piece onto the top piece at the 5-inch mark. Okay, and then that way there's an inch here that the papers can, we can put our tape on it, and then the papers can overlap and you won't have as much of a problem with them pulling apart. Okay, so on the bottom section at the top, make sure it's lined up precisely on your 13 by 13 mat. Okay, and I'm going to use repositionable tape with this. And I'm going to just run a line of repositionable tape very close to the edge of the bottom of that paper. And then I'm going to take my base and I'm going to line it up again on my mat. So you see how I'm lining it up at the bottom edge first. I'm holding it down and I'm slowly just placing it on top of that other one. All right, until I know that it's even. Okay, and that is our paper weld. And we're going to do that again on the left-hand side. Now, sometimes there is a little bit of a margin for error when you are using cardstock. Sometimes cardstocks are maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch, a little bit larger, and we will cut that off with our trimmer at the very end. Okay, so now let's recreate the base on the other side. Our top is going to be our 6 by 12 and line it up really evenly on your 13 by 13 mat. And I like to use 2 mats side by side, and I just put a little bit of clear tape behind it to hold them together, because then I can see from one end to the other. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the bottom of my paper, my base, and I'm going to line it up all the way to the bottom and just put my thumb on it and slowly just push it, let it go down nicely on its own. Okay, and then smooth it out. Okay, and now you've got your paper weld. I'm going to cut off this little whisker here, which you can do with this trimmer. I'm just going to put that on the cut line. And see, that little whisper came out. And I'm going to do the other one right on the cut line, just so that my cardstock and my base paper are even. Oh, I'm going to just move it over. Okay. All right, now we're ready for the other piece, the nice coordinating piece, that little strip that goes in the top section there. And those strips measure 3 inches by 11 inches. 3 inches by 11 inches. And you need 2 of those. So I'm going to cut this at 3 inches. I'm going to cut another one at 3 inches. Okay, then I'm going to put the 2 3 inches together. Stack them on top of each other. And I'm going to cut an inch off the end, and that will give me my 11 inches. Okay, and then they just meet right on in the middle. So you have this nice little edge here, and it creates a nice, a really nice look. Okay, so I'm going to tape those 3 inches by 11-inch strips, and I'm going to put them right on top of that, where the base meets the top part. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, now if you have a sticker strip that can go right in the middle, go ahead and put that on right where the top and the bottom pieces meet. But I'm going to use, I punched out already from our ribbons and bows punch 2 cranberry red ribbons, and I'm going to put them across right where those meet. Now, when you have a design such as this that has openings in your paper, it's always good to use your repositionable tape and a silicone mat. If you don't have a silicone mat, you could use parchment paper or wax paper, or even when you are finished with your sticker strips, you can pull out all of these little pieces here and use the wax paper side as a side to just lay your paper piece on and run your repositionable tape over that. And the repositionable tape only sticks where there's paper. Okay, and if you're using it on the wax paper, it doesn't stick anywhere else. So you don't get it all over your table. You don't get it all over your creation. Okay, and I'm just going to now just put that right on directly on my page. And our next step is to cut our mats. And on our example, we had we actually had 4 4x6s. So if you have 4 4x6s, and you can have 4 3x4s, but you can also play around with your mats. Okay, so I've already cut a lot of my mats. So you need 4x6s and 3x4s. And I'm going to actually have a fun. These are mats from the Christmas charm pack. Maybe I'll put this one in here. I'm going to balance the big title with, I put the embellishment on top of that candy cane mat. So you can do your 4x6s on the bottom. And then I'm going to line up my 3x4s along the top. And again, you can just have 3 of them go straight across, or if you want, you can dance them a little bit and make it kind of fun, and then add stickers from there. Okay, so that is the variation on page kit number 8. It's a really cool one. I love this page kit. As you can see, I kept making them because I liked them. I liked it so much. It was really a fun kit to make. So tell me which one you liked best. Did you like Christmas? Did you like summer? Did you like perfect kitty cat? Or the combination of autumn cottage and life at the lake? Okay, so join me again next time. I do technique classes pretty much every week. My website is bevdebonodesigns.com. And my YouTube channel is bevdebonodesigns.com. And I do post usually every week. If you subscribe to my channel, then you'll get the notification whenever I post a new video. So if you're not currently working with a Creative Memories advisor, I'd appreciate if you would order from my website. It's in the notes in YouTube. And if you are looking to become an advisor or know someone who might be interested in becoming an advisor, give them my name. I do support a national team of advisors, and I would welcome anyone to my team. Okay, thanks again, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.